And now, the next item on the agenda is before you today, Mr. Tim Burke. We're kind of waiting for him to come, but will actually be part of a much larger package. We are developing operational procedures and processes for the Board of County Commissioners. How items are introduced. We adopted a Goldenrod sheet to speak to getting items on the agenda, having direction to staff, how all of that process works, the making of motions, and how, when you can ask for reconsideration of a motion to be made. We're in the midst of developing all of those operating procedures.
Putting some structure to the whole.
The structure, yes.
So the next group of 5 will not have to
Flounder for any period of time.
Are you implying that we have commission?
Are you implying that we're floundering?
Or they could change
anarchy
it.
here?
I mean, it's
Pardon?
what day
You're
we're going
implying
to
that
meet.
we have commissioner anarchy up here?
No, sir, I am not. I'm just trying to continue talking. I'm going to use this little machine here and try to get...
Do we think he's imminent in his presence, or do we want to take a short break?
I would suggest perhaps a 5-minute break, and we'll get Mr.
We'll take a
Burke.
10-minute break.
10-minute break.
2:30. We'll
Do we have
reconvene.
to vote to recess?
I don't think
Yeah,
we
we'll
do,
just-
do we?
We can do-
No. Speaking of the devil.
Stay or go?
You can continue with the...
Now we're going to put it to a vote, stay or go.
You can stay.
Let's stay. Let's
Okay,
knock it out.
all right.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Did you call me the devil, by the way?
Particularly
Hear
if
about
they
prayer?
No, that was not a Freudian slip.
You're supposed to help us be less controversial, Tim, not more controversial.
Well, Commissioners, one of your core governing principles was to include a prayer for divine guidance as part of your, or before your public meetings. And you asked us to do some research on that issue, on the question of legislative prayer and invocations, and to present you with a policy after we've researched the matter. And we can report that the opening of legislative sessions with invocations and public prayers for divine guidance has a long-standing tradition in the United States and here in the state of Maryland. And the practice was specifically validated in 1983 by our Supreme Court. And we have prepared a policy for your review, which we believe comports with the federal and state laws on this matter and will allow you to continue your practice. And
Can we give us a second to look at this?
Tim, would you, Mr. Burke, would you please briefly go over the policy for the board so that you can, there are only 7 provisions, if you would speak to those?
Yes, the policy seeks to memorialize this practice and to emphasize that you're seeking divine guidance to solemn, go ahead.
You got to stop a second here. I'm not comfortable with something here. I think we should have a closed meeting with council for a minute before proceeding any further with this. Just a 2-minute
Do we
meeting
have
with
to-
council.
Yeah, well, I need to get my other form here because you need to,
Not the goldenrod one.
if you wish to seek counsel, we'll need to have a vote to close for legal
5
advice.
minutes, I think.
So moved.
Second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay, all right, so we'll